So with the Signalgate scandal, still being one of the biggest stories in the United States right now, it is a story that's not going away, and it's a story that should not go away either, by the way. But there was a lot of it last week, and so there were some things that I wasn't able to cover, and I really feel like I have to. And one of those happened last Tuesday during the Senate hearing that, of course, turned into a Signal hearing, where John Ratcliffe, of course, CIA director for Donald Trump, actually blamed the Biden administration for the Signal group chat leak. Now, Biden, as we all know, is not the president of the United States. He had nothing to do with this. He's out there living his best life, as far as I know. The media kind of just said, whatever, we don't care, we're not following you, which is fine. There's no reason to follow Biden. He's retired, let him be retired. But I can say with absolute certainty that Biden had nothing to do with this. Unfortunately, the director of the CIA seems to disagree and tried to blame the whole thing on Biden during the Senate hearing last week when he said that, when he came into office, CIA officials loaded the Signal messaging program onto my work computer, first day on the job, and said it was permissible work use for certain purposes. That is a practice that preceded the current administration to the Biden administration. So it's because Biden and everybody was using Signal. They had it on their desktop computers. Day one, they're like, we got to put this in here. Here you go, bud. And I only had it because Biden's people were using it. Two things wrong with that. First and foremost, if everybody jumps off a bridge, are you going to jump too? I mean, really, we're going to have to go back to that juvenile argument that like, well, they were using it, so I thought I had to use it too. That's not a valid argument. The second point, which is probably more important than the first one, is that it's not even true. The Biden administration did not use it. In fact, the Biden administration, according to officials in the intelligence community, they were expressly forbidden from using that app. Here's what one of them had to say. This is a former top national security official. We were not allowed to have any messaging apps on our work phones, and under no circumstances were unclassified messaging apps allowed to be used for transmission of classified material. This is misdirection at its worst. But it's not misdirection at its worst. It's lying under oath to the Senate. It's perjury. That's what it is. Like, that's at worst. Now, of course, nothing's going to happen to the CIA director for, possibly lying under oath, just like nothing's going to happen to Tulsi Gabbard, who also appeared to have lied under oath. They're not going to be held accountable. You got Republicans controlling the Senate. They're not going to refer them for prosecution or investigation. We are never going to get a legitimate investigation into this issue until Donald Trump is out of office. And by then, everybody will have probably moved on, I imagine, right? I mean, let's not act like 4 years from now, people are going to be still as hot on this as they are right now. And trust me, they are hot on it now. But they were also hot on the Capitol riot for the first, 3 or 4 months of 2021. And then they reelected the guy who did it 4 years later. So, don't think the public's anger continues year to year. It wears off fairly quickly, even on a story this massive. Ratcliffe is partially to blame. Gabbard is partially to blame. Hegseth is partially to blame. Mike Waltz is definitely got a lot of blame on him. But it's not Biden. It was not Goldberg's fault. This administration did this, and they are the ones that need to take responsibility. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.